but when I showed it to a friend of mine, she thought it was glue. So I don't know, maybe my lack of formal art training is starting to catch up with me. Anyways, but yeah, no, I like the design though. It turned out exactly as I thought in my head. He's a little goober. He's a silly little swarm enemy. He's kind of cute, but also like he's got that kind of look about him where it's like you do kind of want to shoot him. Anyways, he's pretty simple. He just kind of rolls up to you and attacks, but he's our first flying enemy. He also has a pretty low HP stat. You gotta do with lots of them at the same time, Swarm, flies. See, this is all fitting. This is all tying together quite nicely. And one thing that's gonna help this little guy reach his swarm potential is level objectives, our next topic. So these weren't quite ready for this update, but they're coming in hot real soon next update for Workday 2. That's another way we can spice up the levels, as objectives. Not all the levels in the game have to be just about murdering everything in sight, right? Sometimes you got a mission to do. Anyways, I got 3 so far. Like in one of your levels, the objective is to take out the trash, right? So you gotta attack it, with attacks. But every turn spawns one of these guys. And then I got like, so if one of the level objectives is to attack an objective, what if we do the opposite, right? So second type of level, the cooler, right? And in these, right, you got to defend an objective, right? So there's going to be swarms of enemies spawning, and I have to give the idiots an extra brain cell to give them the capability to decide whether or not they should attack your troops or the objective. Very nice. And now these may be simple, but they kind of got me excited, right? Because like there's a million different things I could do. You could do all sorts of, you could do like capture the flag where you gotta attack and defend at the same time, a retreat, we could have a level that's like half, platforming where your objective is to move your units to like a point on the map. And so that could really take advantage of the physics. And, I could have freaking fallen meteors out of the sky. The sky's the limit when you're the one making the game. I could do anything I freaking want. And that excites me. That's one thing I like about game development. Everything, is so interesting. Not everything you make in a game is going to be exciting. It's not all, I added rocket jumping to poker, right? It's, sometimes it's like, I made a drop-down menu so where you can see all of your party members. So yeah, that's about it. We got multiple levels, and the multi-mission framework. It might not seem like much, but that's going to be a big deal. Because now, everything going forward should be just as smooth as just boom, boom, boom. We're just adding stuff on top of, using the bones that we already built.